So yesterday, while traveling in heart space to Telos, I was given a clearing meditation to do that I wanted to share with everyone, and we have been invited to participate in this. So I think a lot of us know that we are welcome in Telos anytime, and that goes for the majority of the Lemurian and Agarthan cities. It is simply a matter of matching resonation and vibration to the energy that they hold. We can connect with that, and it's through our process of connecting with our own heart space that we are then pulled to their energy and them to ours. So, I think it's been a challenge for a lot of people to find that, connect with that heart space, to quiet the mind enough and allow themselves the opportunity to connect with the Lemurians in a more personal way. But we all are invited, and this is meant to be as a little bridge between us and them. Sometimes in our energy bodies we hold so much, and it makes us really dense. So what we want to do is clear a lot of the denseness and the extra baggage that we might be carrying that no longer serves us. It just kind of weighs us down, and we can love it and release it and let it go, which makes our energy body so much lighter and freer that we can move on and free ourselves. So this is something that the Lemurians have made clear that they will support us in. They're willing to kind of meet us halfway, to assist us and support us in helping to clear the energy bodies which may be keeping us more separate. I mean, these are beings of our soul family. They want to reunite with them as much as we want that connection. They want to reunite with us just as much as we want that connection to them. So this is the call and invitation to do some preliminary clearing so that we can start taking our own journeys into meeting them more one-on-one. So this came to me yesterday, and it was really intense. The first time I spent about a half an hour just letting the energy flow through me, and, you know, had somewhere else I had to be. I was really kind of disappointed that I had to stop because it felt so good. And as soon as I laid down to go to bed last night, it just started all over again. As soon as I closed my eyes, I was right back in this space of continuing where I left off with the clearing work. And it was probably a good hour and a half of intense cleansing and clearing. So, you know, sometimes this is something that we can do not only initially, and it might be pretty intense, but we can always reconnect with it and clear ourselves whenever we start to feel heavy or bogged down with the weight of the day, or, you know, emotional or physical issues that we may be going through or dealing with. And so, you know, it may take 5 minutes to reconnect to that energy sometimes, and sometimes, depending on what we need at the time, it may take an hour. So just be willing to feel yourself out. And this is something that I'm just going to go ahead and kind of explain a loose guideline for, but it's all up to us to follow our own inner guidance, to flow within this framework and see wherever it takes us. This is meant to be interactive with our own consciousness. It is not something that they do for us. They help us. They will be there in support and assist us, but our conscious interaction with it is what is going to help us on every level. So imagine we're just standing there. Feel your body. Feel and allow your body to become water. What does this feel like? You know, water is the liquid crystal that holds all information. It holds memory for us. It is crystal in its most natural form, and this is our truest, one of our truest essences that, and I think a lot of us are realizing that our body is becoming more and more aligned to the crystalline energy, that it is taking the shape of the crystal. So we're going to embrace this. Feel how the body flows within this. I mean, you have the form holding this water together, but we are translucent. We are shimmery. Light travels through us. And once we kind of have that feeling of knowing our water-based crystalline energy body, imagine, picture, envision, feel rings, halos of light traveling up from the floor where you stand. Past your feet, up through your body, and this is several rings are going to pass through you at a time. Once they get up to your past your crown, they dissipate, but they're always moving up continuously from the floor. And feel how these halos interact with your crystalline body. Feel how they move past you. This is a technology. This is a biological technology. And it interacts with the consciousness. It's what drives it. So as the rings come up, we want to feel, be very aware of how they feel at every point in our body, as far as if they feel like they want to slow down or speed up, if they need to hover over a certain place for a while, if something in us feels stuck, we need to pay attention to that and focus them right there on that spot for a while until it feels complete to you. And then they pass on and they pass on. And we do this for a while, and then instead of being an empty halo, there's a mesh of light between them, almost like a screen or grid pattern. And these move up through us, one after the other. And as they do this, they are lifting the particles in us that we no longer need anymore. And like I said, these can be parts of our physical body, they can be parts of our mental body, they can be parts of our emotional body. We can focus on each of those bodies individually and separately, whatever we feel called to do, but allow the moment to guide you, and we can focus on the body as a whole as well. So allow them to come up, and they are actually bringing with them anything that is no longer in service. And you'll notice that a pile will start forming above your head. This is where it leaves all of the stuff, the residue that we no longer, that it's clearing out from us. So as this continues, the mesh of the screen gets finer and finer and finer, more tightly woven together. And we feel this and we allow it. And this is where it got really intense for me, because it was picking out the tiniest little finest things inside of me. And I know it stayed here on my back and my shoulders and on my head a lot, and I really had to be allowing and letting go and letting go and letting go. So once this feels whole and complete and you feel totally pure and cleansed in your body, we take this pile of stuff that we have allowed to let go, and you can hold it up here, right above your crown chakra, and set it on fire. Let it go. Feel it, watch it burn. We are in the process of converting it back into fire, it is transmuting, and it is being released back into the all with the fire of our hearts, with the fire of our consciousness. We can even take that and place it right here in our heart and focus on it and set it ablaze and let it go. Watch it smoke, watch it transform and vaporize and leave. And this is the final stage of the healing. I shared this morning with my husband, and the first thing, he was so excited to try it, and he saw many different colored lights going through him. So allow for yourself to see and experience and feel all that's coming to you. This is about feeling and being in that state of acceptance and in the heart of love for yourself and being the clearest, purest vessel of crystalline light. And it is my hope, and I know the hope of the Lemurians who are assisting and supporting this, and all we have to do is call on them, and they will be there to support and guide to whatever willing level that we're willing to connect with them in this process. But the hope is that this us letting go of some of the stuff that may be keeping us in separation for them will kind of clear the way for our energy bodies to connect in a more one-on-one fashion. And this is the way that we get to draw the Lemurian energy into our daily lives. You know, we think of them as separate from us or gone, but they're here with us all the time, and we get to be the source of letting that energy come through us and walk it out here in the physical world. And it just brings us all the more closer. So try, have fun, experiment, and be in that state of loving acceptance and patience with yourself, and know that you are loved and supported at all times.